We have had lots of practice getting ready to hear our stories. So today, I invite you to ready your hearts and your minds. And to do that, I invite you to notice and feel the grounding of the earth beneath you. I invite you to notice and feel your breath, for that is how close God is. I invite you to rest as all of God holds you in this time and space. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. The people of God went through the waters into freedom. They were given the 10 best ways to live. They wanted to keep these best ways to live close by them, so that they would be a guide and so that they could feel God's presence near. They kept these best ways to live on stone tablets in a big box called an ark. The people of God came into the promised land. When David became king, he brought the people of God from the north and the south into one group. He took the city of Jerusalem from the Jebusite people and called it the city of David. David and the people of God began to live in Jerusalem, but something was missing. It was the ark. David and his army went out to get the ark. And David danced before it as they brought it back through the city gates. David built a tent of meeting and put the ark inside of it. David could not be allowed to build a house for God because he was a man of war. His son Solomon would build the temple. All of the people had to help build the temple. Some went north to Lebanon to cut down great cedars and bring them home. Some cut stones from the mountains. They made the stones and the trees ready to begin. As the temple grew, people were amazed. There was a great hall for people to come and meet God. Inside of the temple, they built an area called the Holy of Holies. This was for the ark. Only the high priest could go inside on the Day of Atonement, the holiest day of the year. The temple was beautiful with carvings of olive wood and gold. The timbers of the cedar made the temple smell beautiful. When the priests first brought the ark into the temple was filled with dazzling light. God was there. Inside the temple, they had all the things that had helped them to get ready to meet God. There was the incense altar that filled the temple with the good-smelling smoke. There was the table with the pieces of bread for the 12 tribes of Israel. There was the menorah, the 7 branches and lamps burning. In front of the temple was the altar for sacrifices, like it had been in front of the tent. Now it was much bigger. The same was true for the great basin of water called the laver. When all was ready, the king stood before the people and prayed. O Lord God of Israel, there is no God like you, in heaven above or on earth beneath, keeping covenant and showing steadfast love to your servants who walk before you with all their heart. But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, heaven and the highest heaven cannot contain you. How much less this house which I have built? Yet have regard to the prayer of your servant and to his supplication. The king asked God to allow God's name to abide in the temple. The king asked God to make this a place where people would come to pray and to find justice. King Solomon ruled and was very wise. His father David had been known for his songs and for war. Solomon was known for his wise sayings and the temple. After he ruled for 40 years, Solomon died and was buried in the city of David, where his father was buried. And Solomon's son became king. Now, I wonder what part of this story you liked the best. I wonder what part of this story is the most important. I wonder where you are in this story. I wonder what part of this story is about you. I wonder if there is any part of this story we can leave out and still have all the story we need. If you go to Jerusalem today, the temple is no longer there. It was destroyed when the people of God were sent into exile. It was rebuilt and destroyed again, and rebuilt again in Jesus' time by Herod. In 70 CE, Herod's temple was destroyed by the Roman army. I wonder if the temple is no longer there and no one can find the ark, I wonder where the 10 best ways to live are kept today.